Hello and welcome to the third video in our tutorial video series of the KnowItAll Ninja teacher interface. In this video, we'll look at the task feature where you can assign one or more lessons to students with a deadline for completion and then monitor their progress through that task. To get started with, let's click on the View button for Class Y1A. And then we need to select the Tasks menu option. Currently, this class doesn't have any tasks. You can have a look and see that we can choose to look at any upcoming tasks, active tasks, and expired tasks. Here you can see that there are 2 expired tasks. Let's go back to the active tasks and create a new task for our students to be completing. So we press the new task button. And this will then allow us to choose a task name. So I will call this task number 3. We can set a start date and a due date as well as time. So I'll set it due for 3 o'clock. We can set the students within the class that should be assigned the task. So currently by default, all 3 students are assigned, but I can remove a student if I want. But obviously I'm going to assign it to all students. We can select the course that we want the task to be for. So I'm going to select the Effective Digital Working Practices course. And then we can select which specific lessons or which modules we want to assign. So we can set the whole of the Modern Technologies module, or we can select just maybe 1 or 2 specific lessons within that module. So I'm going to select the Communication Technology and Features and Uses of the Cloud lessons. We can then just press the Create Task button. This will create the task and will take us to the Shared Task link. We can copy this task link and share it with our students via our Teams system or Google Classroom or any other method that we prefer to use, or we could obviously use the share buttons at the bottom here. However, the task will appear very obviously for students in their dashboard and in the tasks area within their own login. Behind this, you can see that we have ourselves a tracking screen. Here we can monitor a variety of data about the students, such as the time studying or completing quizzes. So study would be time spent on the lessons themselves, the time spent on the quizzes, the average mark that they achieved, the number of attempts of quizzes they made, because students can make multiple attempts at each quiz, the success bar, which shows their progress towards 100% in every single quiz that's been assigned on that course, and then their results in each of the quizzes. We can change this. By default it will show their best mark, but we can switch this to show worst, first, most recent, average mark, the number of attempts they made on each quiz, the time they spent studying the lessons for each quiz, and the time they spent completing each quiz. At the bottom, which will display some graphs showing you which quizzes the students did best or worst in, so that then you can have an idea of further targeting. At the top here we have the Actions button. This will allow us to redisplay the share link if we want to share that later. We can edit the task if we want to change its name, change the deadline, change the students assigned, or even change the lessons. And the Reassign task. And the Reassign task will allow us to then reassign this task, reassign it to students, and you can either assign it to all students, students who did not complete all lessons, or students who did not get a 60% on all lessons. Obviously, after you select it, you can modify the students, so you can just select all students and then remove the students you don't want to be reassigned to. So you can see that this is a fantastic tool for you to monitor students and how they're using KnowItAll Ninja, and making sure that you control when they have access. So that is our task feature. Next lesson we'll look at the tracker, which is very similar to this task interface.